Hey, how are you, everyone? How you doing? Move this here. How's everything? How's everyone doing? Hello, hola, Felipe. Hey, Dian, how are you? Hey, Declan. Hello, Francine. Mr. Hans, how are you? How are you guys? I hope that you have a terrific day, an amazing day, a beautiful day, just as I did. Just as I did. Hello, Michelle. Michelle, do you speak Spanish? Because I think I replied to you on your emails on English, but not sure if you speak Spanish. Hey Shoki, hello Austin, Alex, hey Tokayo, how are you? What's up? How you doing, guys? Hello Lilia. Hey Max, how you doing? Michelle, only a little. Okay, well that explains a lot. Hey this, how you doing this? All right, guys. So, all right, 102. Let's get started. So, what happened yesterday? What happened yesterday? We had some fireworks after Nvidia earnings. They had a double beat. They had a double beat. They beat revenue and they beat EPS. They are doing great. I mean, I don't see an AI bubble at this moment. I mean, I think it's a healthy industry, and people that keep saying that it's an AI bubble, I think they don't understand the reach of AI and how much it's still to grow. But that's just my opinion. We are not here for uh, fundamental analysis. We are here for technical analysis. Uh, right. All right. So what happened yesterday? So yesterday we had like a nice gap up with Nvidia. I think it went high like 3-4% overnight. Uh, but what was going on with SPY QQQ? I mean, it was like half percent, less than 1%. So what is this telling us? What is this telling us? Well, this story is telling you that the AI hype is not driving this pump anymore, right? It's not driving this movement anymore. It's actually, like, I mean, it's part of the system. It's part of the economy. But I think the market already like digested a lot of Nvidia things. So just 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 a hint, just a hint. I mean, I don't think that if Nvidia were about to miss expectations on revenue and cash and like all this stuff, this guy Jansen will be on the White House party like with that smile. Right. So I mean, it's just me trying to read all the hints on the market and off charts and everything. So what happened with SPY? What happened with QQQ? I mean, I think they already digested this move. So they were already aware they will be doing good. They have been selling a lot. All of the AI companies have been growing. No. The bubble is not. There's no bubble. There's no bubble. I mean, it's not a bubble yet. It's or just like people say, it's not a bubble if it never pops, right? So what I was expecting this morning. Okay, let me show you the chart. What I was expecting this morning. So we open market right here. This is 4 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, we had gap up, but just as I said, I mean, this was because of the Nvidia earnings. If this was because of the Nvidia earnings, this is just too little, right? This is just too little. This is actually like a any day candle. This is like a any day candle. This is like, oh, Trump. Trump woke up and he, like he went down on his bed with his right foot. Okay, well, let's do a green candle. This is an any day candle, any day candle. So what was happening today? Well, I was just waiting for market to settle. I was just waiting for market to settle. So what I have today, let me show you what I had today. I was looking for this consolidation right at the open, but then what happened? Once we reclaim the pre-market high, I was like, well, maybe, I mean, it's not that strong, but well, maybe market has something to tell us, right? Maybe market has something to tell us. So we had this break and retest of the 5-minute opening range high of the day. And if you were aiming to 675.50, it was a 1 to 2.5 risk reward ratio trade. Then we had this retracement here. What is this? What are these candles telling you guys? What are these candles telling you? Taking you to this range. Taking you to this range. What are these candles telling you? Well, sellers are right here and they don't want to go beyond 675, right? 675. I think they feel comfortable around here, 673. So that was kind of, like the top of the range for me. So once we went down here, I was looking at this break of this consolidation area, and then this retest of the pre-market high. And then when we had this candle here, I opened my position here. My risk was at the top of these candles. Right here at this swing low, I worked like 15% on my contracts. I trimmed my first trim was here around 15%. Well, not around, with 15%. And then it reversed, and I was just stop here. Well, I was not a stop. I do market orders, so I just closed my position here. I took 20% negative on 3/4 of my position, and I was like, well, I mean that was inside of my system. I think this was a valid break and retest of this area here. I will take it any other time. That, I mean, that was fine. I was just following my stop loss rules. So I was happy with my stop. For being honest, I was happy with my stop. Well, why? Because it was just like I think it was like, at the end, it was like a 15% on the overall. And you will say like, oh, well, Neto, but 15%, that's a number, right? That's a number. That's I mean, is it huge? Well, sometimes it might sound like huge, but I mean, I know my setup, and I know that 20%, 25%, taking a loss on 25%, it's nothing against my wins, right? Because my wins, usually they go way over 40%, way over 50%. So, well, just today, I had this huge win. And I'm gonna talk about this in a minute. All right. So, well, then we reverse, and then we reclaim this area here. We actually broke, came back, retested this area here. I really like this area here, this 674.50. And when we started having this move to the upside, well, if you were having something like this was a 1 to 2.5 risk reward ratio trade. I know this may look like a small trade, but it wasn't. It wasn't. The thing is that today we had such a drop that these moves looks tiny, but they are not tiny at all. I mean, this candle went from 674.60 to 675.50. So this is almost $1. I mean, it's not a small move, right? It's not a small move. So if you guys had this chance here to take this trade. That was a nice one. But after this, let's say, I don't like to say like double top, because it's not a double top. But once we had this high, and then we couldn't make a higher high here, it was like, oh well, probably this needs to go to this area here again, coming for some liquidity. So I'm gonna take advantage of this range here. Let's see what happens. So when we finally broke here, came back and retested this swing low, I took the next candle to the downside. So I opened my next position right here, 1051. And you will say like, Neto, but this is kind of late. Remember, guys, that I told you a few weeks or maybe months ago that when I'm playing SPY QQQ, I open my trading window to 11:30, because sometimes we have this kind of plays a little bit later on the morning. So I open my position right here, 10:51 in the morning, right below these previous candles here. I opened my position here. My stop loss was somewhere around here, 674.50. I mean, inside of this area here. Maybe this the top of this candle, that it was the retest of this swing low. So I had my stop loss right here. But remember, guys, I mean, for me, this stop loss is kind of, like only for reference, because I'm taking my losses around 20-25%. So this was just like a reference for me. So what I did here, well, my first stream was right here at the opening price. Why? Because that's where we bounce on my previous trade, right? But now we are having a lot of momentum to the downside. So right here, I trimmed 1/4 of my position, and then it was just crazy, guys. It was just crazy. I took like half of my position on this 671.50, and I closed my position right here on the tag of 670. So I was super high on emotions. My whole trade went like above 100%. So yeah, I was super excited. So I decided just to say like, okay, well, I mean, this is exactly what I was expecting. 670, maybe this 668. But for being honest, I was like, well, that will be the end of the move. And I was like, oh well, this is nice. This is a really nice trade. I'm gonna just close it here. So I went out of this trade around 11:10, 11:15. And but look at this. Look at this. I was actually taking, look, my first stream, my last stream was $3.50. I was taking a look like 5 minutes ago, and the contracts were like $17. So, oh, Neto, do you feel any FOMO? Come on, I had 160% on my last contracts, and my plan was never going, like below 670. So I planned my trade. I traded my plan, and I'm super happy with it. I mean, 160%. I will take it any day. So, guys, this is a good day to have a conversation with yourself. So if for 1 second you are having regret of, oh, I should help my position. Look at this. I just missed this drop. I mean, guys, this drop was, like so unexpected. So if you didn't plan for it and you miss it, I mean, you don't have the right to feel any FOMO, right? If you plan for it and you made a mistake and you exited early, or you mismanaged your trade and you sold, or you panic sold. I mean, if you had the plan to go somewhere here, then you can feel FOMO. But if you didn't plan for that, I mean, guys, this is not the way we trade. All right, this is not the way we trade. We plan the trade, we trade the plan, and that's it. So do I feel any FOMO for this? I don't. I don't feel like an ounce, a gram of FOMO for this. I'm super happy about my trade. I follow all my rules. I traded my plan. I went with all of my key levels. I actually use all of my key levels for my trade today. All of my key levels for my trade today. So I trim at the opening. I trim at my 15 minute chart key level, and I trim in a whole number. So guys, that was a perfect trade for me. That was a perfect trade for me. So we have a lot of questions here. Let me go here. Um, hey Chandru, Quantex Trades. Hello. Hello, brother. I joined Trader Lab and attended your last coaching call. I had a good day today. Glad for you, brother. Glad for you. CL, AI bubbles begin? Nah, I don't think so. Trading for Liberty. Hello, Angel. How you doing? Utsav, I took the first, second, and third trade you have marked on the chart, but they didn't give any continuation, unfortunately. Yeah. This 675, it's a 4-hour rejection level. 675. Yeah. Well, it's actually, yeah, this blue line, remember guys, this blue line, it's a key level on the daily chart. So yeah, it was like a strong key level to break, and we failed. So that was good. Felipe, today I didn't enter because I get confused. My question is, there was 2 change of character today. First 1006 and then 1018. 1006 here. Yes, and 1018. Yes, you're right. I mean that's good reading. This, it was clear as the day. Yeah, the 675 rejection. Yes, it was super clear. Yeah, actually, guys, this is a good chance to remind you that when you see my charts in the morning. So actually, this is a good question. I mean, I can start a poll. Do you find value on our pre-market charts? Okay, guys, I think I have a poll on the chat. Can you see? Can you see it? Can you see it? Yeah, this is my very first time using this feature. So, all right. All right. I'm very happy that you are finding value on our pre-market chart. So, okay. Well, as you can see, all of our key levels were used today. All of them. All of them. We were so accurate today that it's kind of scary, right? So, just a reminder. Blue lines are key levels, previous highs and lows on the daily chart. All right. White lines, they are 15-minute chart key levels. All right. How far on the chart? Well, maybe, I don't know, since yesterday, and maybe, I don't know, like, I think 7 days. Not too far, not too far, because that's the way we trade. I mean, we trade internal liquidity aiming to external liquidity. So we don't have too many key levels on the 15-minute chart. Speaking on, like on how many days back. All right. So yeah, so I'm really glad of how these key levels are working. Can you see? So rejection on this blue line, reaction on this blue line, reaction on this white line, and what happened later? reaction on our white line. And well, let's see if we can have more. Well, I didn't mark this line because it's previous day low, but look at this. That's another thing. I don't have in my charts previous day high and low, because with my tool, with the Traders Lab tool, they just show up automatically, so I don't need to do anything, right? So let me continue on the questions on the chat. All right. Angel, been watching the recordings because I get caught up with work. You took SPY longs 947. Good. 84% rule. That's not the 84% rule. I don't think so. Declan, I took that first short, but after price made a new high, I felt that going short again wouldn't be a great idea. How were shorts still valid in terms of market structure? Well, I'm look at this. It's just a break and retest, making a lower high, lower low. So this is market structure to the downside. Once you break this, you had right here higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, but this is a lower high and this is a lower low. Lower high, and what I was expecting, a lower low. Lower high, lower low. This is Declan. This is just. Probably it might look like micro awareness, but look at this. That's one of the reasons we are watching the 1 minute chart, right? You want to identify these changes on direction, these changes on sentiment, like right away. That's one of the beauties of using the 1 minute chart, right? So right here, we failed to create, look at this, failing to create new highs, came back, broke the previous higher low. So now you have a lower low. Then you have a lower high. And what are you expecting now? Well, continuation of market structure to the downside. So you are expecting a lower low. And that's exactly what you had right here. Alex, I took that 1014. It looked very nice. Yeah, just failed, right? Yeah, it failed. Lilia, I had the first 3 trades from your screen. Did you end at green, Lilia? This, and this, they went way above 1 to 2 risk reward. And this was, at least for me, this was a small loss. But I'm sure that you made some money on these 2 longs, right? Talk to me, Lilia. Did you end at green today or small red? Tocayo, I took Robert Parker took the first 2 SPY trades on your chart. On the second, this one here, these weeks, right? These candle wicks. Yeah, they were like good hints for the move to the downside. Yeah. Ricardo. Hey, Ricardo, thank you very much for your messages on Traders Lab. I'm well, as you know, I reply to Traders Lab messages on the afternoon, sometimes in the evening. But thank you very much for sharing with me. It was a great day for the break retest boom, right? That whole thing is like 1000% trade. If you were able to get the whole thing, yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, I know. I got it right here, and I exited like right here, right, 670, and I got 140%. So if you were out, I don't know, like 666, it's 1000%. Michel, you said you use market orders when exiting. Do you use market? Yes, Michel. I only use market orders. Richard, Neto, you miss out on a new Lamborghini. Brother, Lamborghinis are far away from my life. I still have I have 3 kids, and I'm still short on 2 college funds. So yeah, probably I don't know, like hopefully 2030 or something like that. Also, my wife, no, my wife, she will never be spending that kind of money in a car. I mean, we have a Model X, and I think that's the most expensive car we ever had, and she loves it, but she's like, how much it costed? No, no way. Next time we are going for, I mean, another Tesla, but something cheaper. And I was like, bro, this is great. This is huge space. I mean, it drives by itself. Yeah. But the Model 3, it's like half the price. So let's go with the Model 3. And I was like, what? She's she's not spending big money, at least not on cars. She likes to travel. So if you ever see that I take like a 2 month vacation, that was not my idea. That was hers, right? uh, Marta had PT and missed the move, so I do have FOMO. Ah, Marta, come on. Well, I mean, it's a win. It's a win on my books if you plan your trade and you trade your plan to your take profit level. That was a huge win for me. So congratulations, Marta, if you did that. Even if you missed part of the move, our job is not, it's not get the whole move. You should be grateful about taking a piece of that. That's our job. Taking pieces of these moves. All right. Yeah, don't feel bad about it. Um, Also, Marta, thank you. I can thank you enough. Today I received like a few messages for people very happy about using the links on the website to have a better look at the chart. And I was thinking all the time like, thank Marta. She was the one with the idea. So thank you very much again, Marta. Yo there was huge support there, but you still didn't wait it to break that big support there coming all the way from pre-market. This support, yeah. I mean, that was the support that invalidated this or well, not invalidated, but that was the very bottom of my first trade. So, but here we have more momentum to the downside. So from here even to this support level, for me this was like a 40%, this was like a 30 or 40% move. So that was great for me. We broke, and I was like, oh well, this thing is not gonna stop until 670. That that's what happened. So yeah, but yeah, I understand. This level here was huge. Declan, do you think the setups on SPY were better than QQQ today, or did you just happen to be looking at SPY? Uh, that's a super good question, Declan. And I'm gonna be completely honest. I wasn't watching QQQ. Why? Because in my mind, and I'm not saying this was true, but in my mind, uh, QQQ was not as real move as SPY because the weight of Nvidia on QQQ. Not sure if I'm explaining this. Like I felt like the Nvidia earnings impact on SPY was smaller than on QQQ. So the moves on SPY were like more real, if that exists. So that's why I was watching only SPY. But in a minute we are going to QQQ, so we will see if they were actually clearer. Uh, Neto, you have 1129 entry mark on the chart for put, but why not 1122? Okay, 1129, 1122. 1129 here, but not 1122. You're right. It's yeah. Actually, you are right. Something like that. Something like that. And if you stayed on this trade, crazy, right? It was crazy. Yeah, but you are right. That was also a valid entry. Aniket, I was looking 1104. 1104. 04. Why 1104? 15-minute opening range break and pullback. 1104? Eastern? This candle here? I'm sure that's not. Holding the trade will be easier if I had 9 EMA. I don't use the EMAs or SMAs. Bets boy, how you doing? What is your option on my entry? My opinion on 1022 candle, 1022 candle, 1022 candle here. Well, it was the reclaim of the 5-minute opening range high. That was a good entry. That was a good entry. It is. No, I think it's a break and retest, but it's in media retest right here on this daily chart key level. But it's also reclaiming the 5-minute opening range high. Yeah, no, I think it was a nice break and retest. It just didn't have too much of displacement. But anyways, I mean, it was right breaking this market structure here. So yeah, I think it's valid entry. Haggy, tough day for me. I went on tilt. I usually take one to two trades per day. I took 7 today. Oh, brother, come on. You need to stop. You need to stop. You should have, you guys, you should always have like a rule of trades, right? Like if I take one trade or two trades or a max loss for the day, especially a max loss for the day, you should have one number in your mind and or maybe printed and like visible on your screen that if you hit that amount, you just stop. You just stop because it's gonna be easier to recover from there than to try to make things back, right? But you need, you need to be strong enough in your mind to decide that you need to stop. And let me tell you something. This trust, this patience, this rule adherence comes from conviction from your setup, right? Neto, why did you take a second trade if you already had a loss here? Well, because I took like a 15-17% loss. And I understand my setup. And when my setup works, I mean 15-20% it's nothing, right? So I better cut my loser like quick and I wait for the next opportunity. But that's because I trust so much on my setup that for me it's okay just to close a loser, right? So but again, that comes from confidence on your setup, and confidence on your setup comes from having evidence and data to back up your confidence, right? How do you get confidence on data? Back testing. All right. So back testing gives you confidence on your setup. Forward testing gives you confidence on your trade execution. Right. Declan, blue lines are more specifically all highs and lows that haven't been traded into during regular market hours, right? Yes. Hey Randall, how you doing? 948, one candle rule. You enter 958. 958 here, one candle rule. I think that's more like a breakout, Randall. That's the breakout of this area here, of this previous high of the day, or you were chasing this retest of these candles here. This is the one candle rule. When you retest here, this is the one candle rule, not this. Yeah, well, the thing is that here there's no displacement and retest. So for me, this is more like a breakout. Probably that's what you were confused, Randall. Deuce, is the Traders Lab tool lifetime? I don't know. That's a good question. That's a good question, but I don't know. Uh, you can open a ticket, because I don't know, and I don't know who to ask. Maybe Hayden. Yeah, I will ask Hayden. Hayden, yeah, Hayden. He's your guy for everything on subscriptions, indicators, resources, assets, or money. Okay, Lilia, you were a little bit green after taking these three trades, right? Good, good, good. Declan, so if I go short and get stop out and price makes a new high of the day, it doesn't disqualify shorts as long as you get a lower high after about. Yes. I mean, yeah, I don't. Declan, I mean, by today, you should have like a better understanding of the break retest boom, right? I don't care if it, just like yesterday. I think yesterday look at this. Yesterday, I think yesterday it was the best example. It was the best example. Look at this. Look at how crazy, how parabolic was this move to the upside. And what happened here? Once you fail to create new highs, you are waiting for the break and retest of your battle zone, right? Of your previous swing low. This candle here, this 1020, that was your previous swing low, and that was where I enter, right, on the break and retest, and then rejection of this key level, or this area here. All right. So yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's going higher again, because once the market structure shifts, that's your opportunity. All right. Dora, probably shouldn't buy a new car if you are going to move next summer. Yeah, yeah. For example, right? And but let me tell you, I think the Lambos, they are manufactured in Europe, so maybe I'm having better pricing there because I'm not gonna pay any tariffs. Not sure if they pay tariffs. I think they do. Yeah, for being honest, I mean, guys, you kind of know me now, right? I mean, I'm the Disney cap, t-shirts, jeans, everyday guy. I'm not a fancy car. I'm not a fancy car. I really enjoy traveling with my family. So when you see me traveling with my family, when you see me moving to another continent with my family, that's the signal. Those are the signals of something going well on my life, but never like a fancy car. I actually use like iPhone, the Apple Watch. I'm not a like I'm not that kind of guy. Uh, Max, school and university in Spain are free. Max, that's another reason I love Spain. Yeah, but I mean, my oldest, she wants to go to London for college. So yeah, I mean, They will find a way to make me spend money. Don't worry about that. They are Latina, so yeah, they will find a way. uh, CL, may I know, will you teach your trading skills to your kids? My oldest is already learning. And the plan is that next year they will be out of school like maybe around 2:30 p.m. and market in Spain. I mean the New York market opens at 3:30 p.m. in Spain. So yeah, probably I will have my oldest kid trading when she turns 16. When she turns 16. Yeah. Yeah, and she's like a quick learner. She's a quick learner. So she already has like a great price action market structure reading. I just need to to teach her a few tricks on the execution. She has been using Webull, and I need her to learn IBKR. But yeah, absolutely, I'm teaching this to my kids and to my dad. He's learning. One of my sisters, she's learning, and yeah, thank you, Marta. Diwal Trucking for trade review with Neto. Hi Neto, I pre-typed this as I am probably driving by the time we begin. My entry today was on the queues 9:10 Central Time. Okay, and my stop was 9:32. Okay, 1 second. Diwal, thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing this. I know a lot of you people. Um, you watch the recording later in the day. Thank you very much. Some of the videos they reach 500 views. Wow. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. um I felt like I gave this trade plenty of room to work. Oh, stop right before the move. Okay. Declan, could you talk about how you enter as weak candles are forming? I usually just wait for a break below the low of the retesting candle. Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. If you can see, I mean, this is my exact entry. Uh, Retesting candle, next candle was going my direction, and I just waited for being below these candles. That's exactly just as you mentioned it, just as you described it. That's exactly how I do it. But boy, yeah, I stuck to it. Was hard, Neto, hard power to the promised land. I felt like Moses. Don't worry, D Walt. We are gonna talk about your trade in a second. Uh, Neto, when I draw order blocks on 15-minute chart, I keep skipping trades. I just use the 1-minute chart for doing this. Neto, what are your rules on how many trades you can take a day? I usually take just one or two. Uh, I I had a few days this year taking 3 trades, but only because they were like super good setups. I mean I don't have this feel of, oh, I need to make something back, or I need to double down on what I'm doing. I mean I never do more than 3 trades, but I like to only stay like with one or two. Marta, these sessions are so valuable. Thank you for your time. No, thank you, Marta, for joining the community. I mean, your questions, your trades, your analysis is what makes this space valuable. Thank you all for being here. Mr. Hans, now SPY is so much down that you have to look for levels a month ago. Do you still do it on the 15-minute? Yes. Yes, I do. I will keep on the 15-minute. Kelly, you offer such valuable info and advice. Thank you so much. You're very welcome, Kelly. I'm glad that you find value here. Declan, thanks for all. I feel like I'm learning a lot from this session. Yeah, guys, I mean, these sessions are for this, right? I mean, if you already learn a lot on your Discord communities, Scarface, Wolves, Greystone, whatever whatever community you are coming from, and you still have questions because you can ask, like questions to your coaches, or you just can't find the right time to do it. I mean, here it's a peer-to-peer conversation, right? I mean, I'm not your technical coach. I'm just another trader that, just as you, I started a few years ago, uh, like 3 years ago, and I was exactly where you are, struggling with technicals, struggling with my mindset, struggling with my rules, struggling with my playbook, and thank God I just figured out a few things, and now it's it's working everything. It's working everything. And no, I never had like that this is my aha moment, eureka. No, it actually started feeling like, like a lot of pieces falling together. But I never had like, this was my moment. I remember September 15th. No, that it just doesn't happen like that. It's like a process. Um, Bets boy, good. Teach them the way so they can pay for college. That will be dope, right? That she can pay for her college. That will be dope. Yeah, I can't wait. I actually started a conversation with some guys in Valencia, and they are trading other assets, not options. But they were like, "Oh, Neto, once you are here, we are like 25 people trading here in Valencia, futures and commodities, and we would like to have you as a teacher." And I was like, "Oh, no, 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 guys. I mean, I don't do that." And they were like, "Okay, well, but we want to learn from you." So I'm super excited to be there because there's a lot of people trading. I mean, here in Houston, we are a few traders from the communities, and we try to meet every month or 2 months, but sometimes it's just too hard. Like life, it's busy. So I'm hoping that because there it's in a different time zone, I have more time to make trader friends. And their car insurance, yeah, it's super expensive. I have the Tesla insurance, and just because the value of the car, it's super expensive. Uh, Overgreaser bought SPY at 270, sold at 292 because of the price action. What can you say about the entry? What was your entry, brother? I can. I'm not sure if I skip your first question. Yeah, what candle was your entry? Mahendran, first time I used your levels for reference, very helpful. Glad you like them. Uh, what have been your favorite ticker for 2025? SPY. SPY, QQQ, and I think AMD. AMD, when it's downtrending, it's super easy to trade, and it prints money like crazy. Angel, can you explain the entry for shorts 1051? 1051 here. That was my entry. Yeah, it's the break and retest of this swing low. This swing low right here. Oh, break and retest of this. Yeah, it's a small displacement, but it's because this candle it's breaking with a lot of strength. That's why I trusted even when it didn't have like too much of displacement. Weirdo YouTuber. I love your nickname. Thank you for sharing your experience. I have been losing and contemplated quitting. I want to succeed, and you are an inspiration. Thank you, brother. That's super nice from you. So yeah, I mean, guys, again, if you have questions about your strategy, about your playbooks, about your mindset, about your charts, about price action, about anything, just just be prepared for the sessions. If you want to, you can always go to my website and send me your questions or send me an email, Neto at Trading Performance Coach. There's a lot of people here that, guys, if you can say me, all of the people that has ever reached to me on the email or Discord, and you have received a personal reply from me. I'm just watching here, and I think like no less than 20 people here. Yeah, no less than 20 people here. I'm really very committed to help other traders. So yeah, guys, never hesitate to reach, and I will try my best to help you. Your goal, you change your name here, right? You have execution tricks besides going it at market. Uh, uh, I wouldn't say it's a trick, but I'm very consistent with my trade size in terms of dollar amount, not on contracts. All right, not on contracts. For example, this week contracts have been very expensive, very expensive. Like, look at this. Today I had contracts at 134, and this was the next strike. Look at this. My entry was right here. It was 674, and I had 673 puts. All right. So I have the very next strike, and it was 134. And there are some weeks when you have these contracts for 80 cents, 90 cents, $1, something like that. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there. But because I don't want to rely on, oh, well, I'm always having 10 contracts and suddenly you have doubled your usual position, I stick to the dollar amount. That again, that's not a trick. It's more like a rule, but that usually that's really helpful, because if you have a drawdown, you will always be in control, right? Like, I mean, I don't know, like if you have a $1,000 position and your stop loss is always like 20%, you will always be $200, right? But instead, if you start buying like always, I don't know, like 20 contracts, your stop loss will be somewhere between 150 and 400, but you don't know because like stick to the dollar amount instead of to the quantity of contracts, right? uh Neto, join the dark side of the futures. No, I don't want you. All the 49 voters click like the button. Yeah, thank you. Neto popular. No, don't worry. All right, guys. Well, what happened to the downside today? Market structure. Break of pre-market low. Retest, rejection. Retest, rejection. Break of previous day high. Retest, rejection. Break of 665.50. Came back. Retest, rejection. Break of 662. Displacement, retest, rejection. So market structure to the downside today, it was super easy. let's go to QQQ. Someone was asking about QQQ. Okay, let me go back. Let me go back here. Overgreaser. Let me. What are your questions? Oh no, DWALT. Okay. You QQQ. You enter 1010. All right, 10 10 here. Okay, 10 10 here, and my stop was at 1032. 1032. Okay. Oh well, brother, you had like a huge, huge, a huge risk. I understand what you tried here. This is actually very similar to the trade I draw here. That actually, let's say that it's kind of the same thing. It's kind of the same thing. It just didn't have continuation lower than the 5 minute opening range. So you should be stopped the 9:18 candle Central Time or 10:18 candle Eastern Time. You should be cutting your trade right there and wait for the next opportunity. All right. Sorry, I'm sorry. It just took 1 hour to answer your question. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you had like a good idea here. You had this break of market open, displacement retest, a few rejections right here on the market open. It actually started going lower, but it didn't have continuation. This demand area right here was super strong. So yeah, it actually bounced right there, right there. So yeah, you should be cutting your trade right here on this candle here, 10:18 Eastern, 9:18 Central, and then you just wait for the next opportunity. Um, who else had a QQQ trade? Mm-mm. I can find. Well, anyways, I mean QQQ and SPY, they were kind of similar, right? Same same market move, same market move, same rejections on higher time frame key levels. And once it started trending to the downside, it was just, again, break and retest of this low of the day. Here it's a break and retest of previous day high. Here it's a break and retest of 601. Here it's a break of retest previous week low. Here it's a break and retest previous day low. Do you see market structure at its finest? So QQQ was super easy today. Okay. Hey Felipe, yeah, I think I replied to you. No, if I didn't, I'm gonna reply to you today. Sorry. Yeah, but I did read your email. Thank you. Um, Declan, if price has a very big move to the downside, do you ever view the move as overextended, or is a setup valid after a huge move as long as it's in your window and maintaining market structure? Yeah, that's a good question. If price has gone more than 6 7 points, 6 7 6 or 7 points away from the market open, for me that's out of the average range, and I don't like to look for trades beyond these levels. Right. Say, do you think Tesla will make a reversal? I'm not on the guessing business. I will wait for reaction on the chart. Uh, Angel, big thank you for this live stream, Neto. Day by day, I'm improving executions. That's really nice to read. D-Wall tracking. I was targeting previous day high. Is why my risk was so big. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, if it made sense on your risk reward and you were willing to risk that, probably you had like a next day expiration or a few days expiration, because 0 day expiration, that was like 40-50% down on your position, right? Okay, so guys, I'm gonna take a look really quick to AMD. AMD had this really nice break and retest of the 1 minute, 5 minute, I'm sorry, 5 minute opening range, 15 minute chart key level, pre-market low. So break and retest and rejections, and then break and retest of this low of the day, several times. Actually 2 times. So maybe this one you were stop out, but with the 84% rule, you maybe took this second chance here. Or if you were in this move since the break of this pre-market low, look at this. This went all the way to 210. Come on. Yeah, come on, AMD. Amazon just choppy for the first 2 hours. Yeah, almost the first 2 hours. Finally broke the 5 minute opening range at 11:14. But we didn't have like a good entry opportunity until here, maybe. This was the first, this was the first pullback or bounce for Amazon. I didn't watch anything like really good. Nvidia, well, Nvidia, it's this break and retest of this swing low, and then look at this. It's 181. Come on, we need this in 250. So I think it already gave back everything since yesterday. Look at this, everything since yesterday. So that was Nvidia. What about Tesla? This was a really nice break and retest of 418. Yes, 418. Nice break and retest. Then another break and retest of 422, 421. What is this? I don't even know what is this. Yeah, 422. This 422 gap fill. This was a gap on the daily chart. And then what's going on with this drop? 387, and it doesn't look like it's recovering. I don't know where it's gonna happen. I'm just happy that everything looks red because that's aligned to my edge. So and that's it, guys. That's it. I don't have anything else for you. I'm just grateful for all of you as a community, as my peers, as my friends. Thank you for being this active on the community. We look at this. We have a lot of votes for the pre-market charts. We have a no on our poll. I'm sorry to know that for someone it wasn't valuable, the chart. I'm doing my best with my chart, sharing for you relevant key levels. So someone asked me, Neto, but can you add like, oh, if it goes to this key level or to this other, I will consider calls or puts or whatever. I just replied, guys, I'm not taking calls. I'm only taking puts. So all of these key levels are relevant for me. So I don't have like a plan for this key level or a different plan for this key level. I'm just, trying to identify reactions on all of them. So guys, thank you very much. You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and if you can go to Trading Performance Coach, slash daily charts. You will find every day at 9 in the morning my charts for SPY QQQ, hoping that they are helpful for you to create your own trading plans. Again, open for your feedback and for your request. Anything that you need, just let me know. And now we are over. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.